Hello there, guys. I hope you're doing really well out there today. We're back today with another guest. Very excited about this interview because we're going to be exposing some more New Age BS. It's another testimonial. Before we get into it, if you're new around here, please consider subscribing, liking the video, commenting, sharing. It all helps the channel out immensely. It helps me out and it helps spread the message so we can get people thinking differently and move them out of this fake BS New Age stuff. So I've got with me today Yasmine Davies, previously Yasmine Starseed. Now we had a little bit of a chuckle beforehand about that word because let's face it, it is a little bit new agey. But the good thing about Yasmine is that she has seen through the BS and she's quite happy to share her story and have a little bit of a laugh about it as well, because we all get blinded by the false white light at some point. So it's good to laugh at it and then move on. And so that's what we've done. So Yasmine, welcome. Thank you for coming on. I always say it takes a lot of courage to put yourself on camera, and even more so when you can lay everything down and say, I was deceived, I was tricked and everything like that. So I just want to express enormous gratitude to you for coming on and being brave. And I look forward to getting into your story. So I'm going to give you the floor. So if you wouldn't mind just sort of giving us a bit of a background about you, and then just, you know, go where you want to go in terms of how the New Age got you and what sort of things that you were into and really what made you come out of it.
Okay. Thank you, Tony, for welcoming me today. Okay. Everything started while I was young. I was doing what you name astral traveling, but it wasn't programmed. It was because I wasn't grounded at all, and I had a lack of charisma, a lack of I wasn't in my body. I didn't feel secure in my body, and during the night I was encountering paralysis.
Sleep paralysis, yeah.
Sleep paralysis, and a lot of entities at this time were around me, annoying me. I was beaten, raped. I was totally scared, and I had no answers. As at this time, I couldn't reach internet like today and type what's happening to me, etc.
So this was when you were very young then?
Yes.
How old were you roughly when you
17, 18.
So so were you intentionally astral traveling or was this just sporadic?
It was just I was like it was just sporadic. You're saying like it was not intentional.
Okay, yeah.
And I didn't even know that it had a name. And I could see my body totally paralyzed, and sometimes I had to go out of my body after this paralysis, and I could see the stuff and go through the walls and see people around me, and I was totally scared. And during the day, I was depressed. I felt isolated, and I couldn't speak to anyone because I thought I was becoming crazy. But this made me aware of another world by myself. I could see that other dimensions were around us, and I could see through those dimensions. But what I could meet at this time, because I was petrified, scared, just entities and bad entities. And I was attracting with my fears a lot of bad scenarios and falling in some dreams And that's why when people think that they have to do some astral travel to be a very nice, like a high standard spiritual person, it has nothing to do with it. I think I could not recommend astral traveling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's going into the astral realm where I always say in the videos it's full of junk that you don't want to be engaging with. So yeah, and the fact, just a point that you raised there in terms of like when people have a lot of energetic attacks and they're getting messed with, especially as a child, I always see that as like a backhanded compliment, because the Matrix, obviously they can see your future timelines, so they obviously had your number, your card marked, so to speak, saw you as a threat. So although it was traumatic what you were going through, there's obviously something about you that they're not too keen for you to express moving forward. So this is why people get interfered with, targeted people. So good, that's interesting. So you went through this stage of astral travel, and then what happened after that? Where does the story go from there?
Okay, I went to Australia, and then I had my first massage with an holistic person there, because in Australia they were really in advance with all that. They were like hippies.
Did you say massage? You had your first holistic massage?
Yes.
Right. What does that involve exactly?
It was kind of massage, taking off emotions and everything, and the gentleman could see like my emotional wounds, and he asked me directly, "Do you astral travel?" I said, "What is astral traveling?" He said, "Do you do paralysis and blah blah?" I said, "Yes." I was so surprised, and he told me, "I wish I can do that."
Right.
Triggered, and he told me at this time that I can heal people, but I wasn't open to that at this time. But it put kind of a seed, and I start reading. I start Deepak Chopra.
Yeah.
I started to read Eckhart Tolle, all the books I can find, and I thought that I have some informations like not everyone could have. It was like 15 years ago,
Right.
and I went more and more into this. I even read, I don't know if you know the Theta Healing lady.
No, I get lost in them all, but yeah.
I tried to Theta Heal. I tried a lot of things. That's true that I think we can heal, but everyone can heal, because we are all same people with the same DNA, and it's just with the intention, and we lost all of that. I cannot say that I'm special, I can heal. Yes, I can heal, but my neighbor and my cat can heal also. And after it became more and more fashion. I went to London. I stayed there 2 years, and there I was reading anything I could, even in the libraries, and staying there. There is a special library close to Kensington, specialized in all the psychic stuff.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
I stayed for hours, and I started to take some courses for astrology, anything I can find. But each time I follow a course, I was like, I didn't learn anything. I can do it myself, my own color, my own way, and my when I go and I try to protocol it, everything. Just a waste of money. And
so with these new age courses, you were, and this is what I find with people that I work with, that you were finding that you were doing all this stuff but not getting any further forward.
No. It was like, I prefer my way. I didn't learn anything. Yes, I learned that we have chakras,
Good old chakras. So you went to London and you were head first in all this new age stuff, all the different modalities. So you were proper into it all. And so then what happened from there?
From there, I started to do my own videos about this. And I also had my little office, not back in France. Then I opened my little office to heal people. And I always loved the tarot card.
Okay.
But now there is a real evolution. It's not at all the same. It's not like, I'm not going to tell you when you are going to die, or pointing on some things you have to question. It's like questioning now. It's more young approach.
Yes.
There is an evolution even on that, because we grow up a bit. And then in France, I start to heal people, everything, but people were coming back. They were not totally healed. Then it was like a system where they became a bit dependent. It wasn't empowering them. It was making the people weaker.
Yeah.
And for my part, I think I wasn't doing everything.
Well, you were working with all due respect, you were working with false white light, I'm assuming. Yeah. So this is why, this is why the people were coming back all the time, because I guess the actual energy, and this isn't, I did Reiki once upon a time years ago. I'm just pointing out to the viewers and listeners that this can happen when you're working with someone that's working with false light, either knowingly or unknowingly. You're obviously unknowing that it doesn't get you where you want to go, basically. So
exactly. And just intuitively, I can just connect on a person, because we can connect to each other and say, oh, you have migraine, oh, you have this. But really, with this false white light and with all the junk, with the books and everything, you don't do anything really right. You just things are A, B, C, you just do it C, B, A, the person goes with a new paradigm and come back, oh, it was nice, but now I need again.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? Were you connecting in with any angels or
Absolutely. This part. Okay. Angels, people who died, the
deceased loved ones?
ancestors.
Oh, right. Okay. Guides
Also. And I could really see people. I can really see even people from other planets.
Yeah.
Even people. I saw everyone.
Wow. And so were you like channeling these beings?
I just had to close my eyes and I wanted to see, then they arrived.
Yeah, of course.
Like a space for them.
Yeah.
Anyone, it's like
it was like an open invitation. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
In a mall, and people see, hey, come here. They just come here. But I could see that people were happy, everything, but because I think it was me and my energy and the fact I was so wanting them to be happy and feel better. It wasn't the angels or.
Yes. Yeah.
It was more that.
Yeah. Interesting.
Archangel Michael, cool Archangel.
Oh my God. So you were having this realization that people were not where you felt that you wanted them to be in terms of their healing journey. So what happened from there? What was like the next part of the story?
The next part, I stopped.
Okay.
I felt something wasn't right.
So what's the timeline with this? So
it was after all the New Age movement, etc. When people started here in France to merge,
Yeah.
Because we are late in France. We have always 10 years difference. I stopped all that.
Okay.
For me, something wasn't right. And also I was at this time following Kelly on the row, or I saw you in the interview with her, and she was talking about the false white light, about the fact that we should go in our own bubble and not give our power there or there. And it made me questioning all that. And she was also talking about the chakra as like it was like it was something which wasn't natural.
Yes. Yeah.
Then it was artificial. And it made me, for me, when something seems true, you cannot deny it.
Yeah. So you, and I know Kelly, so you stumbled across her work around the same time as you were starting to have doubts about what you were doing. It's funny how that works, because a lot of emails I get from people is they go along the lines of, it's really weird, I found your work because I was just starting to feel off about this stuff. So it's almost like you put that intention out there and then you get shown. So at that point, then you're having this awakening from the awakening, I call it.
But this one wasn't the real awakening, because I had to go back to normal life. I'm a very creative person. Then I like writing music, doing a lot of stuff. I was working as I don't say comedian.
Yes.
Comedian at the airport. Like
oh wow.
It was nice and funny.
Yeah.
And at the airport, people started to ask me, "Oh, I have something there. Could you help me? Can you heal me?" And I came back slowly to that. And I had more and more requests for readings with the tarot card. Again, I was drawn again to that. And I started again my business.
Okay.
I stayed grounded with a real job. And then I totally changed the way I work by empowering the people as much as I can. And even with the tarot card, more doing a scan and something more practical.
Yeah.
Like the cards are the tool, and it's more of archetypes, and it's really questioning. It's not about, oh yeah, you're going to fall in love and blah blah.
Yeah.
People, when they ask me, should I divorce or should I quit my job?
Yeah.
Card, question yourself, like your view on yourself.
But again, that's the whole idea of tarot is, it's giving your power away, isn't it, to these cards, like whatever the cards say, and people make big life decisions based on what the card says, and it's crazy really when you think about it. So you were starting to work differently, and then so what happened from there?
From there, I don't know how. Yeah, I saw you with Kelly.
Oh yeah.
And I saw all your videos. Even my son, he's 16. He said, "How many hours did you watch?" I said, "This man is saying the truth." This resonates with me so badly, like sovereignty.
Yeah.
The sovereignty, and with everything which happened in France, I think for you too, with the super smoothie.
We know what it is. Yeah. The illness.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will never drink something. You tell me you have to drink it. Okay, you don't drink it, you don't go to the restaurant.
Yeah.
We are so stupid in France that if you cut the restaurant, we can do anything to go to the restaurant.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. So
I my mom to go to the restaurant.
so you then stumbled on my work, and that was the final nail in the coffin, so to speak.
Oh, la, 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 la. It's like I was even ashamed with the Yasmine Starseed. Oh, I need to change it, but I need to wait. And I need a super celebration the day I will erase all my video about Archangel Michael. And I was like on drugs, like, hello, how are you?
Yeah, that's an interesting point. It's funny. It's a funny way that you put it, but that's the frequency of the false light. That's the kind of like ecstasy vibe that it gives you. And you see it with people when they're talking about, they're like, hello, Archangel Michael. But you know what? It takes, I've got a huge amount of respect for you, because a lot of quote unquote healers, you know, you'll explain this stuff to them, and because they're like financially invested, they will reject it out of hand. So it's a real credit to you that you've gone, you know, where the information is, rather than, you know, because it's very easy for people to just carry on with those things, because there's a lot of people that are still into working with Archangel Michael and light language and all this. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that takes a lot of guts and credit to you for doing that. So I guess at this point, then, you're at a crossroads. What are your plans sort of moving forward?
At this point, I'm rethinking everything.
Yeah.
What is my goal now is to open the eyes of the people, just making them taking back their power and their energy, because they're in the black and white world, and be in color world, like, yeah.
Yeah. And I still think that you can help heal people. I mean, this is the point that I try and get across. It's not that we can't get help from other people. It's just getting the right help and making sure that the person that we're going to is, you know, not working with Archangel Michael and doing things like that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where you go with the new information.
For me, it's more a transmission, because a transmission of this way of thinking and this way of taking responsibility of our own life. People, you talk a lot about this, and I think it's crucial for a person to say, I'm there today. I'm maybe in -1 or 2 or 10 or minus, but I'm there, and that's it. And from there, where am I going? But where am I choosing to go?
Yeah.
It's not, oh, but everyone is going right, and everyone here, we have a lot of followers.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's moving into that sovereign energy, isn't it? And yeah, the new age movement knocks that out of people completely, because they give their power away to all these entities and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, that's a really great story. Is there anything that you missed out that you want to add to your story?
Also, I think that it's a shame that people are just looking for their past life. But you have your life now. What are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
Past life, ancestors, starseed. I'm not from there. I'm a contactee, blah blah blah. But what are you doing as an incarnated human?
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
Always floating in the past lives.
Yeah. What's going to happen in the future? What lives did I live previously? Yeah. Why not sort out this life and heal yourself where you are right now, and this, yeah, and become empowered and sovereign. And yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think it's a form of escapism and a form of like checking out, because, you know, the human experience is quite traumatic, but we've got to face it. You know, we're only going to get out of this. No one's coming to save us. and we got to do it
I
ourselves.
like this one. No one is not Jesus, not Trump, not
Yeah.
the government. I love this one because it's so true.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so many savior programs out there, and it's almost like there's a menu of different saviors you can choose. You just pick your flavor that you like. You know, what do you want? Oh, you want Archangel Michael? Yeah, you can have it. Oh, you want Jesus or God or Buddha or I don't know, the Arcturians? It's like all these. You were connecting with Arcturians, were you? Yeah, it's all right. I did that once back in the day as well. So, you know, we're equal there. And that's the thing, you know, for everyone that comes across this information, I speak to a lot of people and a lot of clients, they feel really guilty and they feel bad and they feel stupid that they got caught up in this. And we shouldn't, you know, we should look at it and say, I was a bit of an idiot, but it's so well packaged and we all want to feel really good. And this stuff makes us feel good. It's a really clever thing what they've done with the whole thing. But at the end of the day, we've got to look at ourselves and laugh at ourselves and say, all right, I got caught up a little bit, but I'm out of it now. That's the main thing, getting out of it now, which is what you've done. And, you know, I feel excited for you because I think you're going to be a real voice with the new knowledge that you've gained. And it'll be interesting to see where you go moving forward. So I know you've got the YouTube channel under the name Yasmine Starseed.
Starseed. Oh, la, 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 la.
Yeah. So are you going to continue to do more videos in the future, or?
If I do the videos, I will do more on maybe explanation, like scientific explanation of the tarot, or videos with my some friends which are more on subconscious. They are not like in the sky or in the space. People are really grounded and working really with the people right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to do more of that, but the real thing I want to do is to do pastries.
Do pastries?
Pastries.
To cook?
Yeah, to cook pastries and have my coffee shop and just talk to the people and be happy and give some good energy and rebalancing the people just by being grounded and balance myself. Oh, that's it.
That's it. That's brilliant. And I'm sure that anyone going to France will love to visit your pastry shop. Have you got a name for that? It's not Yasmine Starseed's pastry shop, is it?
Oh no. Sovereign, maybe sovereign pastry or
yeah, sovereign pastry. I like that. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Well, it's been wonderful speaking to you, and I think you're so brave. And like I say, I think it's amazing that you basically stopped doing what you were doing, despite, you know, the investment and everything like that. And I really hope that moving forward, I'm sure you're going to be a real powerhouse in this world. And you'll find the reason why these entities were messing with you when you were younger. So that's, I guess, what your job is really. Is there anything else you want to mention? And are you still like directing people to your YouTube, or any links or websites that you want to mention?
Yes, just if anyone wants to contact me, I'll just say hello on my Facebook.
Okay.
Yasmine Davies or Starseed for the moment.
So Davies, is that spelled Davies?
Yes.
And it's Yasmine with an E at the end, right?
With an E. Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. So on Facebook, if anyone wants to connect and say hi, great.
Exactly. And one day, maybe in my pastry, my coffee shop.
Yes. Yes.
For a nice pastry.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, everything has energy, right? Even buildings and you know, when we put that energy into our creations, I imagine that when people go into your cafe, they're going to come out feeling not only full up from your pastries, but also more sovereign. So I think it's going to be an exciting time. So thank you for coming on and sharing.
Thank
Guys.
you. Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, merci beaucoup. And guys, thanks for watching. Like I say at the start, if you haven't already, please subscribe, like, share this content. Helps so many people. And yeah, once again, Yasmine, great to talk to you. And I'll speak to you all soon. Thank you very much for watching, everyone.